Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
Hello, Internet, and welcome back, or welcome to the official Love 2 podcast, episode 59. My name's Keegan, one half Love 2 Gamers, hanging out with Tom, the now awake Tom, the other half Love 2 Gamers. He might have been dozing off during Codename Morpheus.
I don't know what happened. It was like...
It's because you didn't do the spotlight.
No, but like it's not like I fall asleep when you talk. Normally I can hold a conversation with you, but it was just like you're talking and like this wave of just...
Oh, you did it when I was talking about engineering that one time too.
That was a boring topic. This wasn't a boring topic. This was a game I actually care about. But like, and I was just like falling asleep and I like... It was so hard, and I feel bad.
No, you're good.
I'm.
Fun fact. We're gonna go Metacast here because that's what the Level 2 podcast is.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Oh look, Weezy said you guys talking about Overwatch. Yay.
Yeah.
We will be talking about Overwatch on the show, and we'll be talking about 24-hour live stream and playing a game in the middle.
Foreshadowing.
But no, whenever you do a spotlight, because I'm similar to you. Like I always have 2 Red Bulls with me. You won't see it because it's green, but I have 2 Red Bulls with me that I drink, and I try to space them out because during Codename, you hit that lull of like, especially during the spotlight, because you talk usually a lot during the spotlight. I talk less, and I'm like, okay, because during Codename Morpheus, I don't know if you guys know this, Tom leads that, so he does the news and the spotlight, and then I interject here and there, but the endings when I kind of speak up the most, unless I'm telling stupid stories. I mean, I've had my fair share of almost falling asleep moments.
Yeah.
So
I think it just like we both just have really fucking terrible sleep schedules anyway, because we stay up till like 3 a.m. playing Overwatch every day. But
last night it was like.
Right.
I think it was 2.
I was playing it upstairs. I was playing the Xbox One, but I just dude, like sleep has been killing me lately, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will stay awake for this one, I promise.
Cool. Let's jump into the topics though. My topic, it was just announced that Brigette, the newest of the Overwatch heroes, is now released to everybody, not on the PTR, not on the public test server. I don't know what R stands for.
Body.
I don't know what R stands for. What's PTR? Public test...
relations?
No, I don't know. I don't know what the R stands for on PTR. The public test server. She's now out on consoles and PC. You have to do an update on consoles. Make sure you get that done so you can have her. But we played a little bit in between Codename and recording this in the training room just to kind of see her skills and all that. And what was your first impressions? How'd you feel about her?
I think I'm gonna need some time.
You don't play too many supports though. You played Lucio a lot recently.
I've been trying to play Lucio. I've been trying to learn Moira a little bit, but I'm definitely more of a defense person. But I think from what I experienced over there, I would need to have some time with her in game. I think what I'm probably going to do is play her in like Mystery Heroes or something, and then...
Well, you can't choose if you pick her in Mystery Heroes.
Well, I know. What I'm saying is, though, like, I'll probably let her just show up on Mystery Heroes and then deal with it. That's kind of how I've been dealing with playing new characters mostly.
I play bots sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like doing that much. So, I mean...
Teach it.
I like her skill set. It's a lot, because it's like not only do you have to focus on healing people, you also have to deal with the shield. The shield doesn't have as much health as you want it to have, but it is more mobile than Reinhardt's is. The bash is nice. That's going to be super cool. I mean, you're going to get into it, I'm sure. But yeah, basically my rough thought was she's a cool character. I think she'll fit in just fine. I don't think it's going to fuck anything up for anyone else, apart from Tracer maybe. But
Tracer Genji, I think, is kind of the heart. She's hard counter too.
Yeah, which hopefully take them out of the meta a little bit. But
we still need to find an anti-diva.
But I think, good luck with that. But I think, I mean, she's going to take a little bit of work for me personally.
And she won't be. I just want to point out, she's not going to be. Jeff Kaplan's come out and said she won't be in competitive until season 10.
Yeah,
so there's going to be a couple months for that. But no, I like it because I've played every support, or I've tried to play every support. The only one I really can't play, in my opinion, to somewhat decent level would be Ana, because I can't snipe. But I feel like I'm decent in most supports. I think I'm best as Lucio. I also like playing Mercy back in the day, but this is exciting because as somebody who played Zenyatta for a while there, like I felt like I kept dying unless I had a teammate with me.
Right.
And Brigette, I feel like, can finally defend herself as a healer. That being said, I don't think she's going to be a primary healer. I look at her kind of like a Zenyatta, where if she's your only healer, which I think is going to happen in quick play a lot, you might be in trouble because she does not do that much healing.
No.
She does do an overshield, which is kind of cool. So you can just toss health packs on people and make sure they have health. So that's awesome. If
Her ult's pretty cool too.
Yeah, but it doesn't do a whole lot. Give it a little bit more movement speed. So her move set, just so you know, there is L1 is the throw her flail out and you can do a knockback, which I really, really like.
Over the edge.
L2 is shield. Just puts up a mini shield in front of her. And I really, really, really hope people don't play her like Reinhardt because she's not meant to lead the charge. She's a healer. But I'm scared that people are just going to charge in there with the shield that has 600 health.
It's going to get wrecked.
I'm hoping that's not the case because it only protects her. You can theoretically protect somebody behind you if something were to happen.
I mean, I think her and Ana would be a pretty badass combo. Like, when Ana could just
you got the distance.
duck behind her and then have the shield there in front of her, but also could do the sniping heal.
But the problem is Brigitte's got to be in the mix because people have to be around her to heal. So she's going to be good against tanks.
With tanks. Heal through the shield, correct? She can't throw heals out while she's shielding?
No, but people who are around her get a passive heal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're within a certain distance, you get a passive heal, or when she's attacking. Actually, I'd lie. I think it's when you're attacking, they get a passive heal. So no. When the shield's up, you cannot heal, I don't believe. So we did L1, L2. Her R2 is just to swing her flail to whack it back and forth.
Not very strong, but useful.
R1 is throw a repair pack, which does two things. One, if you are low health, it'll heal you up. And if you get healed, anything above full health becomes armor, which I really like that concept. Because I could just, like I said, if you're with tanks, right now Moira is known as the triple tank, quad tank healer because she can hit them all at once. But could you imagine me with a fucking triple tank and just tossing repair packs on all of them? And having overshields going on?
I'm a bit concerned about that, actually. With like all the armor building going on there. What's the cooldown rate on that thing?
I think it was 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
Well, that's
maybe?
not so bad.
I don't know exactly. I was looking. I know the flail, the throw out the flail was 4 because I looked at that. And then.
Do you think that's OP?
I don't know. We have to see her against. I can't say right now because I'm not playing with players.
You have like Ana and stuff that can only heal you up. You have your Torbjorn that can give you your armor, but you don't have anyone that can like. So you're playing defense and you're waiting for the other team to come out. She could literally just stand there and armor the fuck out of everyone, so everyone is already like fully armored before you even start the match. That seems a little.
I don't think it's going to unlock until the round starts. Like Torbjorn can't throw out armor until the round starts.
That's true.
So I bet you they're going to do something like that.
And they can't hack. You can't hack with Sombra until the round starts.
Yeah. So I bet you they're going to do something like that.
Yeah, if they did that, that would suck.
Yeah, that's my guess is they're going to do something like that. And then the last move she has is the shield bash. So if you're holding L2, again, this is on PS4 we're playing, and you hit R2, it'll do a shield bash, which is a stun. And I was telling you earlier, I was just playing again against the trading bots, and the combination I found worked really well is you have somebody with you, you R2 to stun them, you L2 to push them back, and then you just hit them with a flail. So I picture like a... Tracer is the pain in the ass as a healer. I picture stunning Tracer, so she stays there. You knock her back, so then she's knocked or stunned, and then you hopefully can get another flail off at that point.
I wonder if it would be better to stun her, flail her a little while she's stunned, then knock her back. Because I mean, when someone's stunned, if you hit them, do they get unstunned?
No, but you do more damage.
Get a couple cheap shots.
I tried that, so you're doing more damage with the knockback than you were with the flail.
Fair enough.
I do math on these things.
I don't.
Yeah, I literally was sitting there playing it, be like, okay, let's try this combination. Let's try that combination. What works here? What works there? Can I knock this guy off the edge? You can't knock people off the edge.
Hopefully, you stun her next to a cliff and then just
boop her off the edge. That would be. I could picture like Route 66 just.
I'm actually interested to see.
Well, she could potentially recall.
Play on Ilios on that one with the well in the center. Like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, the only downside to booping Tracer off is she has recall potentially, so she'll come back up. I've done that a few times where I thought I was going to die.
Gotta be quick on the trigger.
Came up.
Diva does
but
that.
How do you let's talk a little bit about how we think she's going to affect the meta game right now, which the meta game is kind of all over the place. So there's really not a set. It used to be dive was the set meta, and now triple tank's coming back.
It's a weird combo thing right now, isn't it?
But we said earlier she's going to be a good counter to Tracer.
Yeah,
I think
and Genji.
Maybe
Sombra, but if Sombra hacks her, he's fucked.
Yeah,
so.
that's the thing. Is all
Sombra's so fucking OP.
The only person that Sombra really is not good against is Reaper because his abilities do not do damage.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. He is a good Sombra counter.
Good one.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because Tracer, as you said earlier, like to hopefully get her out of the meta a little bit because she's been in there for so long. She's such a good character.
Tracer and Diva are
And
not-
Lucio now has come back in since the changes to Mercy.
Well, yeah, since Mercy got nerfed, Lucio seems to be there a lot more, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But
I prefer Lucio over fucking...
I think that with like you were saying earlier, like Tracer, like as annoying as she is, she's mostly part of the meta just because she's a pest. Like, and she could still be a pest even with Brigette there. Like,
and she get key kills because that pulse bomb.
Yeah, and she could still pulse Brigette and anyone that's close to her. Brigitte, whatever, Bruschetta, whatever. But I think D.Va is the only person right now that's in the main lineup that there is no hard counter for, and I don't know how you deal with that. Like, it's so weird. Like,
you just focus her essentially.
Yeah, but it's just like the D.Va is unique in the fact that she dies twice. You know.
Well, I always found it interesting getting on the topic of D.Va is like the fact that you could, if you had your ult and you get knocked on a mech, you push that, you get your mech right back. I think that's a bit OP. It's awesome when you're playing D.Va because you get it back. But I think to a certain extent, I don't like that mechanic. Yeah, I don't like that mechanic. But then you lose your ult, so I guess it kind of is a catch-22.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like you're giving it up for the sake of just getting a clean mech, but it's
which could be more important than getting a self-destruct.
Yeah,
at times.
But yeah, I think as far as how it affects the meta, obviously it won't affect D.Va. But yeah, you're right. There might be less tracers going on. It really depends on how people play her, because we were talking earlier about like a lot of people are going to play her as DPS,
like they did with Moira, and that just bugs me.
And it's going to be weird. So if they play her right, if they play her like kind of back lines, protecting the healers.
Moira Brigitte combination, or I could see even a Brigitte.
I think Brigitte's better with Ana because Moira has a means of escape. Ana doesn't. Ana has no, except for like
Ana's
slower sleep dart and
you're
run.
saying Ana is better with Brigitte, not necessarily Brigitte better with Ana.
Yeah.
So Ana, if you have Ana, then you would want Brigitte. But I'm thinking if you
Moira
get
has her little,
Moira
like,
and you have Brigitte, you've got a close-up healer. You can have Moira back a little bit further and healing up Brigitte while she heals up the front line.
Yeah.
So I can see that. Also, Lucio, I think, is always going to be in there with him.
Yeah. Lucio is just because
the speed boost is
the speed boost is criminally underused, but I think that it's the nice part about Lucio right now is that he's a character that you can pick up and play if you've not really played the game a whole lot, because literally all you have to do is stand in the general vicinity of people and you're helping them.
Yeah.
But
not die.
But there's also this.
Your goal as Lucio is literally not to die.
Yeah. And luckily, because he's a tricky little bastard, like you can do that pretty easily once you start getting the wall jumps down and everything. But it's I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the meta definitely needs to change, and it's not.
It just technically did with the Mercy nerf
a little bit,
because the Mercy meta was not fun.
Yeah, but there's still I want it to be so like I don't want there to be any single 90% pick in the meta.
You're always going to have that.
I don't think you do have to have that. I think that they can release characters that would make it so that no one is safer than anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to play better. And that's the hard part, is that right now, like D.Va and Tracer, they're safer than other people because when you play them, they give, like, maximum value to the team. But B, there's also really, like, even if you're being countered a little bit or you're being zoned in on a little bit, you still give enough value to make your position on the team worthwhile.
Yeah.
I want it to be to a point where, like, it could be players you've never seen in a official league match before, just because.
The Overwatch League, did you see the Gladiators, what they pulled out?
No.
They pulled out a Doomfist Mei thing, and it worked really well. Fun fact, I've been playing a lot of Mei, and it pained me to say this on a post earlier, but I'm enjoying playing Mei right now.
Mei is a solid pick. Like, she is when she's against when she's against you.
Hell. And there's rumors there's going to be a buff for her, so I'm excited about that.
I think her one shot is incredibly OP.
Yes, the fact that you can freeze and just headshot somebody.
Yeah, not even that. Like her pistol. Like you can two hit kill a squishy with that thing.
Yes,
it's crazy.
I think that's OP.
Yeah, but yeah, Mei is decent. I hate to say it too, but yeah, her ult's pretty damn good too.
Were you weren't with us last night when we zoned out? So we were playing Temple Anubis second point, and we were the attacking team. So we were closing in, and we'd cleared the point, so they're all going to come trickling back in. And I go to Bertrand is playing D.Va, and I was playing Mei. I go, hey, do you have your Diva Bomb? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool. I'm going to throw a freeze thing over there because I saw some people coming around the corner, and then he just threw a bomb back behind. So either the people got stuck in the freeze. If he threw it back in the corner, people running out died as well. Oh, wow. So it was we ended up winning because we zoned him out. Yeah. I do want to talk a little bit about Brigette, not as a player, but as a character.
Sure.
So she is Torbjorn's daughter, which is weird because Torbjorn's half her height.
Definitely didn't carry the height genes.
And Reinhardt is her godfather. And what do you think? Because Overwatch is known for the way they handle their characters. So we've in the past, Tracer has come out as lesbian. You have Symmetra, who is on the autistic spectrum. Everybody's kind of well represented. You have different nationalities. So like Junkrat's Australian. You have again Tracer's English. You have Soldier 76 is American. Like, what do you think of Brigette as a character? She's Swedish.
She's Swedish.
Is that it? She's Swedish.
No.
She's Swedish.
No, she's good, and here's why. Because even though, like you said previously, Overwatch generally does a pretty good job of representing all shapes and sizes, body sizes especially, which I really like about it.
Little roadhog.
Right. But I think even for the females especially, right? Because most games, your females are going to be like, and it's not that Overwatch like totally gets away with this because we all know Widowmaker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
She got an ass booty. And,
yeah, and Tracer, you know,
Tracer had butt gate.
Diva's kind of sexualized for a 19-year-old, but you have your Zaryas, right? And you have your other players.
I can bench more than you.
Right, she can definitely bench more than you. That we do know. But you got your Zarya, who's like a female bodybuilder, and your Mei is a little chubbier, a little chubby cutie. And I feel like you
got Farah, who's a commander,
right,
or a captain.
And you can't even really tell her body because she's just with tons of armor, right? Yeah. Which is what I like about Brigette. Is that Brigette is like almost like that Norse kind of like, I guess, Torbjorn and Reinhardt like feel to her, where she has like, she looks like kind of if you took the chick from Brave, put her in armor, and gave her brown hair instead of ginger hair. So that's what I like, is that she's like a strong female, almost Viking-esque character, that they're not emphasizing any part of her body. All of her if anything, they're emphasizing her brain, because she built Reinhardt's armor. She built her shield and all that. And when you see like her, you know, we showed her. Is it emotes? Yeah, emotes. The one of them, she's like using a screwdriver on her shield to adjust it and stuff. Like, you know, Widow's emotes are like kissy faces and things like that. But like
that's Tracer too.
Oh, yeah. Winky face. So yes.
Oh, that's Diva. Sorry, Diva.
So she gets the screwdriver right. She's fiddling with it. And you're like, that's cool. That's like she's a blacksmith, you know, kind of thing.
The thing the first thing I thought of when I saw her design, obviously you think of like, again, the Viking, the Swedish Nord feel, but like to me, she could be anybody. She reminds me a little bit of like Rosie the Riveter from back in the day during World War II. You know who Rosie the Riveter? She's the one with the bandana and she's got her arms up.
Oh, we can do it.
Yeah. She reminds me a little bit of that, of like power to the women. Yeah. And I really like that, but she also does not have a, like you said, an overtop look. Like she literally looks like a daughter. Like she looks like she should be your next door neighbor, and she's not
plain Jane.
Yeah, she's not over the top in any way, shape, or form, other than,
although you are still attracted to her in some way.
Yeah, because she's the girl next door. But like
Viking girl next door.
Yeah, Viking girl next door. But no, like the cool thing to me is, again, they're never going to say this in the game, and I follow Overwatch a little bit more than a lot of people, but I don't go to like comics. Like I follow like cinematics and posts here and there. But the fact that she is the mechanic, she is the tinker, most people won't know that she built Reinhardt's armor. Like that will not be a thing that is said inside the game at all.
They might hint at it. If it is one
the shield,
thing that
the shield has the same line head, but people may not connect.
No, what I'm saying is, you know how occasionally when you have two characters that have a relationship, they do that. I feel at some point if they're in the room together, then she might say, "Hey, you need a tune-up" or something like that.
Yeah.
And
but even then, if you don't know, you may not catch it.
The lore in Overwatch is done so subtly, and that's the one thing I kind of like and kind of hate about it, because the lore is so fucking rich. Like there's so much there.
There's a rumor that Diva and Lucio have a history as well.
I saw that, yeah.
So I'm excited about that one. See if that comes to fruition.
But there's all this kind of like crazy history stuff that you can only pick up on from like the occasional one-liner. And I did read the comics actually. They're all free digitally on Comixology, so I read through them a little bit to get a better idea of some of the characters. I've watched a couple of the animated shorts, not all of them.
I
a
love
couple
the
of
animated
them.
shorts.
They're really well done.
I want them to do one with Brigette and Reinhardt.
I just want them to do a fucking movie. Just get it over and done with. You know what I mean?
Well,
Let's tell the whole damn.
The problem with
tale.
that, you have too many characters.
Well, I think also it's like they hold back from wanting to tell the entire tale because I think they want to trickle it out over the years because
Overwatch has been out since 2015.
Right, and even now, like no one really knows the full extent of like why did the Omnic crisis happen and like all this other stuff and like all the stuff with Talon and like there's hints at everything, but there's not really like an overarching like this is 100% the story.
This is your storyline. This is your timeline of what happened.
There's brief timelines and there's best guesses, but there's no like solid facts.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to play her tonight. Like I said, we'll be streaming later.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what she looks like in game. That's what I want to see.
I really love the way because my initial impression of her was no, just because I didn't like the flail concept because I was like, she's a healer, she's got a weapon that's ranged, like the timing, how long is it going to take, like that kind of thing. But if you think about it, again, not from an attack standpoint, but from a defending yourself standpoint, that's wonderful. The only issue I think I'm going to have with her when it comes to it is how far up in the fight do you have to be?
Where do you place yourself?
Yes, because Lucio, the advantage Lucio has is he's quick. He can get in and out. Yeah. She's not quite as quick when she does her...
Quicker than Reinhardt, though.
Yes.
Quite significantly.
Well, yeah, so. Reinhardt's a big burly man.
Yeah.
But when she does her rally, the people, like, you want people around you, but at the same time, like, that speeds her up a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm interested to kind of see how she works. I really... Like, I see her working really well on Eichenwald because when you're going across that bridge, because people usually they can flank you there, but you'll see them coming and be able to get them to go one at a time.
Potentially whip them off the edge.
Yes. Yeah. I also see her working really well. Like you said, Elios would be a fun one to see how she does. I don't know, like Route 76 because it's so open. She may 66. Not be the. Route 66. It's so open. You may not have like.
I don't think she'd do well there
because you have people in so many different places that you heal people around you.
One fair and she's fucked. Basically. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how all that works out. But I'm excited for her. She is the first new character since Moira, and I think in my experience of the characters that have come out recently, she's the one I'm probably the most excited about. Like. Doomfist was cool. The lore behind Doomfist was cool. Moira's cool. Like she's not my style of character, I guess. I don't like the way she looks.
Playing Moira more and more. I don't like the way she looks either, and there's a lot that I dislike about her as a character, but I've been
as a
trying to
mechanically sound character.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my sort of because I feel like of all the support characters, she's probably the best. I mean, potentially Brigette, the best. I'm never gonna get it right. It's like Ponderosa. She's
Marisu?
Yeah, she could defend herself. I think the best. Like Moira's attack is heavy attack.
But the problem with that is people play as DPS and don't heal.
Correct. But I'm
hoping that doesn't happen with Brigette.
Oh, it will. But it'll take a while for people to get to grips with her. But I think that I think that with Moira, like she almost could run as a DPS. That just so happens to heal occasionally. But I don't think Brigette could do that.
Well, Brigette could potentially run as like a tank if she had a little bit more HP. Yeah. Like she's like a hybrid tank.
That's the thing I'm worried about. Is that she's kind of like she's got a foot in too many worlds to really know for sure where she fits in.
I think she's gonna be real good. I could see her eventually when the Overwatch League gets a part of it or competitive play gets a part of it. Like I could see her being, like I said earlier, with the triple and quad tanks. Like you get that, you get her, you get Reinhardt, you get Diva, and you get Zarya. And then you would have a DPS of some sort, so probably Soldier, and hell, even like you could have two healers at that point. Have a Moira, or you could just do another like a Widowmaker if you're on King's Row. Like that is a deadly combination because you got to break through those shields, and that's literally 3 shields. Because technically Diva doesn't have a shield, but you have
it's just defense matrix.
Yeah, well, technically 4 shields because you'd have Reinhardt's main shield, you'd have Zarya's bubble, you'd have Diva's defense matrix.
Zarya's bubble, I never worried about. Like, I'm never worried about that because it only
But it
lasts
can-
like 3
But
seconds.
it can save a lot of people in dire situations. Like I've prevented alts from killing people by bubbling them. So things like that. Like if you're done right, it can make a. I get what you're saying. Like it's not going to be sustainable damage.
It's not
thing.
this like with Arisa and Reinhardt. Like when you see those shields go down, you're like, "Fuck, here we
He's
go."
like, I got to shoot
You know
through
what I
these
mean? I
first.
got to get through this fucking thing, or I got to get over this thing,
Yeah.
or whatever. But I think that I do like the fact that her shield is lower. I think in terms of like fairness, I think the fact her shield is lower.
And it's a single shield.
But I also like to counterbalance that, she has the boop and everything, the stun boop. So it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell how she's going to fit in. But I'm definitely going to play some tonight and find out.
I'm interested to see what people do.
Yeah.
So let's move on. That is Brigette, the newest Overwatch
Brigette.
character. Let's move on to Name That Game, as we do every week because we don't do anything else.
We'll start doing more of the other stuff at some point. I got caught off guard this week, so
Yeah.
I was going to try and do something exciting, but then
You didn't.
I didn't. So
That's that. So the way Name That Game works, stay awake.
yeah, I'm there.
The way Name That Game works is Tom has a game. I have to guess it within 20 or after 20 questions. Well, 20 questions or sooner. And the only question I cannot ask is what genre is it? And I have to ask a closed-ended question, which is basically a yes or no or a strict answer or whatever it may be. So
Singular answer.
it's not like, hey, tell me about a time where you said blah blah blah.
You're interviewing me for
Yes.
a job.
Yep.
Yeah, it basically means it's a yes or no question or something like, hey, what's color
What's the
shirt
color-
do they wear?
what color is
Red.
the sky?
Cool. That's a
Blue.
close question.
Well, technically the sky.
There's only one answer
Technically,
for
the
it.
sky is not blue.
There's
It's the
no
water particles that reflect the
interpretation.
light that make it blue.
All right. So fire away, champ.
We'll start with what platform is it best well known for?
Best well known for?
Yes.
That's a lot of words that you strung together.
What's the platform everybody plays it on, essentially? Or most well known for? Is what
I
you'd
would
say.
say it was maybe 2, actually. So maybe even 3, but it's going to depend on whether you had a PlayStation 2 or an Xbox.
So it's that. It's
So
it's that generation.
that generation, depending on what you had, will depend on.
So it's clearly cross-platform. Then
How
it's
well
not a,
known
it's
you
not a. It's not a solo.
I gave you a little bit
not
of
a solo
extra
one.
answer there. Yeah.
And I can't ask who develop. Or can I ask? I can ask who
You can ask
developer
who
is.
developed it. Yeah, sure. gonna pull up
Actually,
the thing
who
if you wanna use it.
who published it? Not who developed. Who published? Is that what we know?
Electronic Arts.
EA. Cool.
There was a second publisher for the Game Boy Advance version.
Cool. Is it a?
Feels like a retread of last time.
Yeah. Is it a? Is it part of a franchise that is still continuing on today? Like, is the IP
games?
is the IP that it is? Is it still? Has it really something? When I say today, I'm thinking
Like
of,
recently?
somewhat like this console generation. Has it had anything, or last console like the last 2 console generations?
Maybe last generation might have had one. This generation, no.
No. Has it had a remake or remaster on any platform?
Ooh, good question. I don't believe so. And Wikipedia agrees with me.
Cool. Question number 5. What is the protagonist? Like, when I say what, I mean like physical being.
It is a man.
So it's a human.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's either human or not.
Yeah. You'll
'Cause that'll
understand
determine.
later. But yeah.
Well, I may not, because I may not get it, because it's
Yeah,
great.
it is a human man.
a human man.
Yeah.
Is it first?
That narrows it down.
Is it
so.
first or third person?
Third.
Third.
Yeah.
So it's a human man in third person,
Uh-huh.
multi-platform.
Yep.
Best well known for being on the original Xbox and or PS2. Made by or published by EA. IP is potentially last generation, but not this one yet.
Yep.
Um,
How are we feeling so far? Confident?
I mean, I've narrowed it down to publisher.
You didn't narrow it down to
Well, not-
publisher. You just asked
well,
what the publisher was.
Yeah,
I said
EA's
it's
a
EA.
big one. Did I ask if it was based on an IP or not? No, I didn't want
You
to ask
asked
that.
if the IP was
still
still
existing.
making
Yeah.
games to this day.
My question's gonna be, because this will knock a lot. Is it a story-driven game?
How so? Define that better.
Is there
Because all games have stories pretty much, right?
not sports games and shit? Is it basically I guess the question, the best way I could phrase that is it known for its campaign more so than like a multiplayer mode? Or
I'd say it's
game?
more mission-based than story-based. Like, it's more about missions than the story. There is definitely, like, a story, but it's secondary to the missions.
Have we played this on the show?
No.
Question number 9. Mission based.
You sure you don't want to ask me who the composer was? Or
Yes,
anything?
you can help me.
I can answer that question. Good old Wikipedia.
EA. I'm guessing it's not EA Big. It might be EA Tiburon, but I think they did sports games only.
I will say the developer is different to the publisher.
Is it EA or developed? Who's the who's the developer?
Radical Entertainment.
Never heard of them.
Oh, but you have. Dun, dun, dun. Well, at least you've played this game, so I know that you've seen their name at some point.
How do you know I played the game? If we didn't play it on the show.
Just know you've told me about it before.
Oh. When?
I know you.
Does it have any sports tie-ins?
I wouldn't say so.
I feel like that's a pretty straightforward question, though. It's either sports or it's not.
It's not.
Cool. It's very.
It's an English way to answer that question.
Yeah, I was gonna say
A bit more exciting.
It's either got
One
sports
would
or it
not
doesn't.
appear to believe so.
Um,
How you doing at home, audience? Yeah, you having fun? Anyone getting it? Anyone getting close? Let us know in the comments below. Just kidding, because it'll be over in a minute.
Question number 13. So it's a Xbox PS2 generation, EA published, Radical Studios, Radical Games, Radical Studios,
Radical Entertainment.
Radical Entertainment developed. IP has not been recently released on the current generation, potentially last generation. You are a human.
Yep.
I think I got everything that I've asked.
Just about. Yeah, I think so.
Is there any sort of weapons? Or, well, better question. What type of weapons do you have?
I don't think you have weapons in the sense of like guns and knives and things like that. There is something that can be used as a weapon, but it's not a weapon in a traditional sense.
So not a shield. Let's see. I would ask you if it's a game I owned because you have my collection here, but I don't know if you know what's in my collection for Xbox.
It is a game that you own.
Cool. Question number 15.
Which is why I stood over there for so long before I came back around. And also how I know you played it.
I'm not gonna get through the games I own.
Yeah.
It's not Finding Nemo.
You're not allowed to go around the corner
Yeah,
and
it's
check.
not Finding Nemo. I don't think you wouldn't consider Flat Out, because I don't think it was EA published, but that wouldn't have weapons of any sort or anything that could resemble a weapon. Clearly I played on an Xbox then. Because I don't own a PS2. That's what I would know it for.
Is that a question?
No, that's me. That's me thinking out loud. Because I didn't own a PS2, so clearly I played it on an Xbox.
Okay.
Good. And we did not play it on the
deduction.
show, so the knocks out flat again. Knocks out Flat Out. Knocks out Finding Nemo. Knocks out. What else we played on the show? Nicktoons. Nicktoons is knocked out.
Did we play that?
Yeah, we played Nicktoons.
It's not that
Party Blast or Nickelodeon Party Blast or
Tony
whatever it's
Hawk. We
called.
played Tony Hawk.
Played Tony Hawk. Well, Tony Hawk. That's why I asked the sports question. But that's Activision. That's not EA, so it doesn't matter.
Neversoft.
Yeah, but Activision published.
Hmm.
Neversoft developed, I believe.
I just remember because they had the coolest logos. Neversoft.
The eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many questions you got left?
Activision was the spinny. I'm on question number 15 right now. Activision was the spinny V thing.
So cold in this
They had-
basement today. I mean, this studio. Sorry. Which makes it even.
I'm trying to literally think of what games I own for Xbox.
You're sucking pretty bad.
I know. I haven't played my Xbox games in so long
Why
because
don't
they're
you
all
ask
over
some more
here.
questions about the game? Help narrow it down some.
Because that won't help me.
It'll help people listening to the show.
But it won't help me. What types of vehicles are in the game, if there are any?
Cars.
Like standard cars?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, there might be some modifications.
But no, but it's not like a hover car or anything.
Nah,
like a standard,
not
like
to my knowledge.
like a vehicle on the ground.
Yeah. Standard fare cars.
That doesn't help me at all. See, no sports thing. I would think NASCAR, but I consider that a sport, right? Is that what I said last week or 2 weeks ago? I don't remember.
I think you said you considered them athletes, but you don't consider it a sport.
But EA Tiburon made those, so it doesn't matter because Radical wouldn't have made those. That was all EA Tiburon for the Thunder series, at least. I played so many car games. That's the problem.
Shouldn't buy so many car games.
I know.
If you'd have known in the future it was going to help you with this question, I'm sure you would have
Cut back on my
narrowed
car.
down your car game purchases.
Have you played this game?
A tiny bit.
But not on the show, apparently.
Not on the show. I played it a little bit, but not more than like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a friend's house.
That doesn't help me at all.
No, I don't think that was a good question.
Yeah. Do the cars have any sort of... Ooh, wait. I did that. You wouldn't do that. I mean, I might as well. Is there any sort of graphics you can put on the cars?
Not to my knowledge. You can tell it's hard for me to say for certain because I only played it for 20 or 30 minutes, but I don't think that was a part of the game, and I feel like I would have noticed if it was.
Because I was thinking maybe Need for Speed or something like that. Because I can't. I think you can. I know you can put stuff on that.
A car game made by EA, but it's not that one.
I was like, what car game did I have by EA?
That's how I won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, he won't do that.
That would be funny though if I did like Need for
the
Speed
same one.
1 and 2.
Yeah, I was like, he won't do that. That's why I was like, nah, I can't be that one. Question number 18. And you said third person.
Yeah.
I want to clarify. I assume it's 100% third person, or is it a cycle camera thing?
To the best of my ability, I think it's
100% third person.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in that. How many have you got left?
I'm on 18.
So you got 3 left?
Yep.
Please do stick with us, viewers.
Are there car manufacturers in this game that are like real? Like real car, like Ford, Toyota,
No.
Volvo. Okay, it's made up. Oh, yep. Okay.
After Name That Game, we'll be going through some conversation around our 24-hour stream. So stick with us for the final couple questions here. See if you can beat Keegan to the punch.
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
And then we'll get into that.
What was my question I just asked? Car manufacturers.
Real
There's no real cars in it.
manufacturers.
So it's not a rally game or anything like that. It's not a licensed racing game. You said it's on Game Boy Advance as well, though.
Yeah, you got a freebie out of that one.
Well, that's like last time where I was like, hey, it's on this, and you're like, that doesn't fucking help me. It doesn't really help me either. So I've not played Game Boy Advance games.
Never had a Game Boy.
I've had a lot of them, but I've never really outside of. I stopped at Game Boy Color was the last
There
one.
was one other console that it was on, aside from PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Game Boy Advance. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to tell you what console it is unless you want to use a question, but I will give you that as far as like maybe that'll help.
But it wasn't
maybe
known
it
for
won't.
that though, because the question I asked was what console was it known for.
Well, the thing is, it's not really known for any one particular console. I just think that at the time, more people probably had a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox.
Was it a Wii game? Just kidding. Because Wii wasn't even. Was Wii? Wait, was Wii part of that? Was Wii that generation?
No.
Or were they after that? It was GameCube. Was that generation?
GameCube was that generation.
A racing game with a human, which makes sense now. Made by Radical Entertainment, which not a company anymore. Pretty sure.
I'll find out.
I'm 99% sure they're probably not a company anymore. They probably got bought out by somebody if they are. No graphics on cars.
They're
not. I can almost guarantee they probably aren't.
No, they melted. No, yep, they're still a company.
But is it the same name or is it a buyout? I mean, this doesn't. Don't tell me the name. This is just curiosity more than a question.
As new, the last I have here, the last thing they did was, it says they recently helped with a game that was released in 2014.
Oh.
So
That would have been right at the gap.
yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
You gotta go for an oddball question.
I know.
dude. Plus, people are watching and listening.
I know. But that's the problem. Is like there's so many EA games. And the only ones I can think right now are Need for Speed and.
Isn't it amazing how like a ton of stuff, and then as soon as you're under pressure, like all of that knowledge just falls out of your brain.
Literally, all I'm going back to is Need for Speed, and I was like, no, that's not it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It's not.
I know it's not that
at all.
But I'm trying to think what other racing games I played growing up because Need for Speed is what I remember outside of like weird dirt rally
remember
games.
saying it was a racing game.
It's a car game, so it's got to have racing involved, right?
Does it?
One would think.
Did I just blow your mind?
No. Didn't help at all.
Giving you freebies.
I know, but it doesn't help because I'm like, what car? Now I'm thinking, what car games did I own that didn't race?
I mean, there is kind of racing involved, but that's not the main thing.
Objective. Oh, I just thought of Diddy Kong Racing, but that's not even close.
Good game.
It was. That's why I thought about
Solid choice.
it. Yeah. Like, is it Diddy Kong Racing? No.
How many questions do you have?
I have two.
Okay. Make them good.
I gotta get through this.
Make them fast, too.
I'm trying.
You're really bad at trying.
I know. I'm trying to think of a good question to ask, but I don't know how else to narrow it down. Because if racing's not the main mechanic, but it's also.
Ask more about the game itself, like the world or other characters or like that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm assuming it's based on Earth if it's got a car. So.
Okay.
Because it's on the ground. Is it realistic graphics?
No.
Last one right here. Last question. So it's cartoony graphics. Well, non-realistic.
It's not realistic.
So
yeah.
I'm guessing cartoony.
I didn't say cartoony.
I'm guessing cartoony-esque if it's not realistic looking.
Cartoony-esque.
What fucking weird race vehicle game did EA do that was...
I'm wondering so hard right now if people at home that are listening or watching this are just yelling at the screen. Because, yeah. You'll know as soon as we're done.
Can you give me the protagonist's name, or is that...
That would give it away.
Give it away?
Yeah, that would give it away way too easy.
Cool. Hey, I needed something at the end here.
Oh, yeah, it was a Hail Mary, but I'm not going to give you
What about the
that.
antagonist?
Yeah, I can't give you a thing that would directly lead to the answer. You have to still guess it. The antagonist, would be too easy as well. Which should let you know something. It should let you know that they are familiar.
Yeah, that's the problem. But it doesn't focus on racing. What is the... I can't ask the main genre, can I, at this point? Because it's not racing.
I mean, I can... Yeah, no, you're not allowed to ask the genre. Yeah, that was our ban, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I'm trying to think what you would combine vehicles with that is not a racing game.
Dig deep, baby.
That is... I mean,
Dig
Driver, but I don't think that was EA made.
Driver is a good call.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of things like that where you're just like open world exploration.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know what EA made that was open world exploration with a car. Because you had Driver, you had what else was from that era?
I don't think EA made Driver. Did
No, they didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to think of like what would be combined with a car that was not racing based for EA, because EA is EA Sports to me. We got one more question.
You can do it. I believe.
What's the environment it's set in? Like urban, rural?
It is the entirety of a town, but it's only located in a town. One town.
I know it's probably a follow-up question, but is it technically is it a real town, or is it a made-up town?
It's a made-up town.
Okay.
In a sense.
Because it wasn't like New York City or something like that. Okay, that was because then I would have gone a different path.
Yeah, it's a fictional town.
Oh, fuck.
So you've had your 20 questions.
Yeah.
And kind of a bonus one.
Yep.
Follow up. So it's guessing time.
So
Recap.
it is an EA published, Radical Entertainment developed game for PS2 and Xbox, probably most commonly known for. Also on
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance and GameCube.
We didn't say GameCube, but
would that be that
it was on the
generation?
GameCube.
It was that generation.
It was on the GameCube. All that shit.
Yeah, it was that generation. That has a human, and it has cars, but it's not a racing game. There's no graphics on the cars, which is... I should have asked if it was a racing game, so I would have narrowed that one down. That is set in a fictional town, which is very generic. What the fuck did EA make? That's the part where I'm stuck. I can think of like these games that I'm like, that's not EA. And now I'm thinking like open world exploration, but I feel like Xbox didn't have that many of them.
Man, tough one.
Yeah.
And you know you own this fucking game, right?
I know, that's the part that bugs me.
Like it's literally on the other side of this wall here.
That's what bugs me more than anything else. Because that was a good question. That narrowed it down a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't touched those games in so long that I don't know
I was
what's in
kind of
them
hoping that you hadn't. That's why I might as well make it to the end. Final guess. Or you can just say, I give up.
I'm just going to say flat out. I know that's not EA, but I don't know.
That's your final guess?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
What is it? Oh, Simpsons Hit and Run.
Road Rage. But yes.
Or, yeah.
The Simpsons Road Rage.
I was gonna ask if it was based on an IP, and I should have asked that question because I asked it and I took it back.
You said, is the IP still around this generation in games? And I thought they maybe released one on the PS3 or something, but I couldn't remember.
No, well, I was gonna ask about like, was it like an IP, not a?
Simpsons Road Rage, the 2001 video game based on the animated television series The Simpsons, is part of a series of games based on the show. It was released for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube, and a Game Boy Advance version was later released. The game stars Homer, Marge, Bart, and Lisa, as well as Mr. Burns and several other characters from the show. The Simpsons Road Rage is similar to Sega's 1999 video game Crazy Taxi, in that the main objective is to drive picked-up passengers to their destinations as quickly as possible. These similarities led to Sega suing Radical Entertainment and Electronic Arts for patent infringement, although it was settled before going to court.
And also, Simpsons Tapped Out is still going on, so there's that.
Simpsons what?
Tapped Out.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a mobile game.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't count.
But yeah. Yeah, they haven't done anything since...
There was one on the PlayStation 3, wasn't there? Yeah, Simpsons game.
Yeah, that was with the movie.
That was the only one I remember. I was like, I swear I played one on PS3, but... Yep. Simpsons Road Rage, baby. It's over the other side.
What else did Radical make?
Apparently they helped as recently as Destiny. It says
I wouldn't have got that.
A little higher.
They did the Rocky and Bullwinkle.
They did a bunch of stuff. Prototype was theirs. Crash Bandicoot was theirs as well to help with that.
Well, that was canceled.
But yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I would not have gotten that.
Yay! Cool.
I should have asked I literally thought about the IP question and I didn't do it.
That's okay. You live, you learn. All right, so let's finish off the show by talking a little bit about our recent endeavor, which was a very successful endeavor, I might point out. So last week we weren't here.
Because we were sleeping.
We were not sleeping, unfortunately.
No, we were. On Tuesday we were.
Oh, I guess on Tuesday we were, yeah. Well, we decided, Keegan decided that for his birthday, which was March 12th, for those of you that want to buy my present next year, that he wanted to do a 24-hour stream for Able Gamers
Second year we've done
charity.
this.
Second year.
On my birthday.
We've done more than one 24-hour stream,
but
this is the second year we've done like a birthday one. So, and I didn't stick around the last time. But, so this year, not only did me and Keegan partake in it, we also had our good friends Tucker and Wheezy, our animator, join us for the journey as we tried to make it through 24 hours without falling asleep and by playing video games the entire time. Which, as you can tell by the fact I almost fell asleep on Codename Morpheus yesterday, is a really difficult task for someone like me. So, good news is, we made it. We made it the whole way through the whole 24 hours. We raised on the stream around about $550, but we're smart, and luckily for us, our work does a lot for charity, and one of the things they do is A, match what we make, and B, pay us for our time.
They do $50 an hour for every hour.
$50
Somebody who worked
an
there
hour.
was supporting it. So.
Yeah, so not only, of course,
the majority of the money
did
came
we do it for ourselves, but also it just so happens that Tucker and Wheezy work for the same company.
And everybody else who came
and
over that
everybody else pretty much, with a few exceptions.
I was going to say,
over.
I think it was Adam's, what's Adam's wife's name? I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Sorry, Adam's wife.
Hayden's Mrs.
Yeah, and then
mostly Mrs.'s.
Yeah, and then
Beth's Mrs. Yeah. So either way, like a lot of people that came over and hung out, even for a couple hours. Do you have that photo?
You took the photo. Do you have the photo of everybody? You put that up behind us.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to have the video playing of the behind the scenes. Yeah. But so we had everybody come out, and everybody that does work for our company was getting $50 an hour too.
And they were super excited. Like it's funny because like Jordan did the first 24-hour stream a few years ago, and I feel like it was good, but
that was just, there's no way on earth I could do what he did.
Yeah, I couldn't play one game.
That much I'll say.
But he was like, let's do this. We had a money goal. We actually hit it we were doing two charities. I can't remember the name of it. I know one was Stray Life, and there was another one too. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one either.
So we did that, and then because people are like, what do you like? It's intriguing. Like, you're gonna play video games for 24 hours? Why? But I think we've noticed like this one, the one you hosted, and then the one I hosted on my birthday last year. Like, people are like, oh, this is kind of cool. So then the one I hosted last year on my birthday, we had a few people show up. Like, it wasn't crazy. This time was nuts, though.
This time I legitimately thought the cops were going to get called at a certain point in the evening.
Yeah,
we were going crazy.
we were loud. We also didn't have enough room in my apartment. You were stuck in the hallway at one point.
Oh, I've been stuck in the hallway. I was stuck in the kitchen. I was just like, I was doing fine because I was, as I was saying earlier, I was filming the behind the scenes sort of documentary I wanted to put together because I thought it would be a fun idea to film that.
I was playing host and entertainer.
Yeah, and you were like close to the microphone and kind of being the voice of the stream.
Up until like at some point you're like, check chat, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
When everybody's over.
Yeah, there was definitely a point where like we all just sort of lost sort of the plot of what we were doing.
Like,
and I kept having to kind of like remember, oh shit, we should probably give away a key.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it just kept getting bigger and bigger every year. This year, I think we probably total had close to maybe 20, 25 different people show up.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. And then chat, we had quite a few people in there that I'd never seen. We had a bunch of people follow, which that's not the point of the charity stream, is not to like look at us on Twitch. It's like, it was so cool. We actually had somebody in chat during the stream say his brother or uncle or somebody doesn't have a hand.
His brother. And that was my favorite moment.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
And
his brother didn't have his hand, and he was a really big Call of Duty player, loved to play Call of Duty. And when we were telling him about the Able Gamers on the stream, we were like, hey, you can apply for a grant. And Keegan's like setting him up with this page and everything. And so they applied. They applied for a grant for a custom controller from Able Gamers. So not only were we getting money for Able Gamers, but potentially the money that we were getting for Able Gamers might go towards getting this kid's brother up and gaming again. So really, really happy about that one. That was a really cool moment. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite moment of the night. My other favorite moment that has nothing to do related with charity, but it was when we were playing the party game, and one of the questions was, it was a bad name for a CSI or Law and Order. It was Law and Order. You had to fill in a blank, Law and Order Special Blank Unit, and me and DJ both picked Special Anal Unit and got no points because we picked the same thing. Like, it was one of those moments.
I feel
like
fuck. Anal and or butts came up quite a lot
because there's no dick rule.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure at one point someone put Hitler's dick as the answer to something.
Yeah.
Which did make me laugh, I gotta say. But yeah, so this is kind of like, we'll give you a rough idea of how this whole thing goes. That's kind of what I wanted to do. You may have seen the documentary, but Keegan wasn't with me with the behind the scenes stuff. So, I mean, he obviously makes an appearance here and there, but I thought we would talk about it because it's an ordeal. Let's not cut it any other way. 24 hours of like not sleeping and consistently having to like play stuff. Yeah, and fucking NASCAR.
I love that. Was so, you know how you used Call of Duty to stay awake? You guys don't know this, but NASCAR kept me awake.
But like, it's so mind-numbingly like the same though. How does that keep you awake?
So when you're watching it, yes, but when I'm playing it, like the car the whole time, I'm right on the edge of spinning out that whole time, so you have to focus.
The other thing is that I use Call of Duty to stay awake because you weren't awake. I was by myself. You were sleeping in the corner.
Fine.
You had four other people in the room that were keeping you awake. Anyway, so we started off.
24-hour NASCAR stream coming up.
You're fucking on your own for that one. So we started off the day really innocently. Actually, we had almost the entirety of our animators' family was there. My wife was there. We had a bunch of kids, and we started off. We were like, "What can we do first?" So we did.
We started early with making sure we gave away the keys and all that because we knew.
Yeah, we tried to get that stuff out of the way fast because we knew it was gonna.
We were gonna lose control.
It was gonna get out of hand at some point.
But it was funny because so little wee Weezy, baby Weezy,
little Weezy.
Yeah. I was playing Moss, and it was funny because Weezy told me after the fact that while he was watching his son play, because he doesn't have a VR unit, he's like, I'm going to order one because it was so cool watching him play that. And ironically, he ended up, his older son won Moss, so they have that game. I don't know if he ended up actually buying it or not, but he said he was going to, so I don't know for sure because I'm not his bank account.
Yeah, I mean, it's that was so cool, and I think Eli is the name of the kid that was playing. Loved it. He was having a blast. He did not want to get out of that headset.
He's I believe 8 years old, and watching him trying to figure out what's going on, and like it's a whole different perspective because some of that stuff makes sense, some of it doesn't when you're playing. Like he was doing Moss, and you have the puzzles where you have to hold the controller out and pull. The problem he had was his head was too small for the headset.
Yeah, and he was a little too far forward. Like we had to pull him back onto the sofa for it to register where he was. But it was kind of cool seeing like just how he lit up when he was playing it, because it's a game designed for that, for you to be like, oh my god, this is so like happy, and it's so like just cute all
He
around.
did really well when he got attacked. That was a moment.
Dude, he was great. Like he played legitimately like that game really well. He
wanted all the scrolls.
He almost completed the fucking game. Like he did really well.
He wanted all the scrolls.
Yeah, he did.
Also, before anybody says anything, yes, we know it has to be 12 or older to play VR, but parental consent was there. Both parents were there, and they
and we didn't keep him in there for too long. But yeah, so we started out with that, and then once we kind of like the problem with Moss, and it's something that I've actually noticed because my wife played it as well later. Aside from the snake, is that when you're playing, like in the headset, you don't look down far enough so that the TV people can necessarily see it as clear as you'd like to.
Yeah, because you look down versus
right.
Down.
Yeah, so in general, like it's a hard game to show off, but you know, I think he did a decent job, and we gave away a code for that, and it was just a good time. It was a really good start, and then we decided to get like more active. So we set you up with Sprint Vector, and you played Sprint Vector for the first time. What were your impressions of that?
It was a hell of a workout.
Good game though, right?
It was
solidly put together.
I think the big complaint I had with that is it had too much going on when it came to like tutorial of like do this and then this and then this. I'm like, whoo!
I think there was a lot to do in the middle of a 24-hour stream. I think if you played it like I did, where you had all the time in the world to kind of go through the tutorial and relax a little bit, then it's.
Well, I also think as time goes on, I'll get the controls better. I think what they should have done is they should have done basic tutorial, have maps for basic tutorial only, do advanced tutorial.
Technically, that's how I did it. I did basic, I did a race, and then I was like, okay, there was maybe one or two things I didn't fully understand in that race, so then I did the next one, and then I did another race, and then there was one or two things. So like you can kind of do that.
Because I still am like, which button does what?
Right. It's a lot to take on for sure.
But it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. We won. I cheered really loudly.
Yeah, it's good. Good time.
We made a comeback, and I enjoyed that. I'd still play that game. Like I admittedly play very few VR games in my free time because Overwatch has been my drug.
Me too.
So it's like playing that. I've been wanting to play that game, and it gave me an excuse to finally play it, and it was so much fun. I haven't played Ultra Wings.
Kind of hoping at some point we can do a stream of Sprint Vector with like me, you, Bert, and everyone all playing it at the same time. So I think it would be hilarious. But yeah, great game. We had Wheezy play that for a little bit too. He really liked it as well. So thanks again to Servios for giving us codes to give away for that, and to Polyarch as well for the Moss code. And then sort of after
did we do
that,
Accounting Plus next? Because that one was
we
fucked
did. We did Accounting Plus for Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan played that. And that was so fucked up.
It's so funny.
It was great. Like I enjoyed watching that, and I don't think I would enjoy playing that game. It would just probably annoy the crap out of me. But watching people play that game, I enjoyed that. Being spectator.
It's a great little game.
When Adam played it, and
it's
just like, shut up.
It's so funny. But yeah, we made Ethan play it, and apparently, like, of all the games that we could have chosen for him to play, his mom said that was like probably the worst because he's such like this nice, kind little choir boy of a kid, and then we made him play this fucking horrible game.
Fuck you, man.
And he's just like giggling the whole time while he's getting sweared at by this fucking tree thing and everything. So yeah, it was a good time. And then we kind of moved on. We had some more people come over. We had like Tucker and everyone showed up at that point, and Justin came over, brought cupcakes. I wish I filmed that. I that.
Yeah, I still have a couple cupcakes.
They're delicious.
They were. That's why I haven't given them back yet. I'm like, I'm gonna finish these before you get this thing back.
So we played a little bit of Super Hot. We got Justin on the Super Hot. Tucker played a little bit of Super Hot. We played some Cold Iron. Shout out to Secret Location for giving us codes for Cold Iron. Blasters of the Universe. Wheezy had to go with that. Thank you.
That was a cool looking game.
Catch and Release for Cold Iron. Secret Location for Blasters.
I don't think I would like. Personally, I don't think I would like Blasters of the Universe, but people were having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's just I think if you try it, you'll like it. It's one of those things where like it's kind of like Super Hot, but more fast paced and more going on. Because like Super Hot, you have to kind of think. Everything's kind of slow and methodical.
Because Hayden, when he played it later on in the night, was like ducking and shit. Like Hayden crouches. He's a croucher.
Oh, dude, he was all over the map. Yeah, I filmed that shit as soon as I saw he was all over the place. But Yeah, but the idea of it being like that your head is the only weak spot, like, does force you into this kind of like, matrixy, like trying to dodge bullets mode. So that was really good that we got. Basically, we just did like VR for a while. Like we did it a lot. We pulled in later on in the evening when things got really hectic. We pulled in like the shark game and everything else.
Jessica played Ultra Wings. That was my first time seeing
Ultra Wings was fun. Yeah, she crashed a whole lot.
She landed and it didn't register. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. It
was a moment of like.
So we did that, and then kind of like as the evening kind of progressed into like a bigger stack of people, I think that's a good time to switch over to party games, which is kind of what we ended up doing.
Because you could have, what was really cool with the party games is we got the chat involved too.
Yeah.
It'd make a really good stream. But basically you have the people that can join. So what we did is we would have like our video up on screen so people couldn't see the gameplay screen. So we could put the codes in so everybody in the room could get into the game. But then you have audience that would join the game and their votes would dictate some outcomes. There was, I think, twice where they actually made the difference.
Yeah.
Most of the time they agreed
had
with
like
everybody
spectators, and basically like if there was a split vote on anything, wherever the audience went was who won. So it was really cool. We didn't know anything about that, and so even some of the other people in the room joined in the audience. But of course, we had a bunch of people in the chat as well. Somehow, my wife was playing in the regular game all the way from home, just because there's a little bit of lag, but enough for her to play. So that was cool. So the party games, and it's all the PlayLink games, obviously. The ones that we were
Frantics,
playing.
I bought Frantics, and it wasn't as good. I
didn't play that.
To me, that's you and
Knowledge is Power.
Knowledge is Power are probably my two favorite ones when it comes to party games, because Frantics felt like...
Although the Jackbox games were all right.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but for PlayLink.
Right.
Because I feel like Frantics was like Mario Party with just like two or three mini games, and it just felt short and not really well done. And then Hidden Agenda, you just have to have a group of people that are paying attention for that. And
yeah, you got to really be wanting to be.
That would be a small game night type thing.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna play Hidden Agenda tonight. But the Jackbox. I don't know if you know this, but the Jackbox party games just went on sale before the stream, so I ended up buying the two I did not already have. So we had all four of them.
Yeah, there was a lot there. I liked Fibbage a lot. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. There's definitely favorites. That fucking weird ghost game.
Yeah,
Murder
that was
trivia?
super weird. Yeah.
I don't know what happened
I
there.
got fucking jacked at the end there. I got more points than he did, and I still somehow lost. I don't know, whatever. I'm not bitter about it. So you make it through the party games with people, and
people
then
start leaving probably about what?
People start leaving
1, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, yeah. So by about 3 o'clock, it's basically whoever's there at that point is either just trying their best to stay awake and hang out as long as they can, but ultimately will give up, or they have to stay awake, and like me, you, Tucker, and Wheezy.
Or they were sobering up.
Yeah, and of course, we ran out of alcohol, and there was nowhere to go buy beer, so the people that sort of got sober...
Which I don't know how they said they ran out of alcohol, because I still have 2 things of Bud Light in my fridge.
I was going to say that. I was like, I know there's... I thought there was more in there.
There's 2 things. I mean, there's 1 bottle, so there's probably 8... No, 7 bottles of Bud Light in my fridge.
I thought there was. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know. Dan, you're a liar.
Yeah, you could have been drunk the whole time.
Weren't you wish you were drunk during NASCAR?
Yeah, he was drunk a lot of it. So people trickle out, and then in the magic hour, you decide it'd be a great idea to play NASCAR for 2.5 hours.
It was an hour and a half. It was only an hour and a half.
Long time to watch NASCAR.
You know why? I picked the short race.
Yeah. Well, grateful for that. Thank you. But everyone in the room, and this is something that was on the stream, but everyone in the room, like, because we were all so fucking tired already,
buddies.
And he starts doing this, we just started, like, quipping on Southern people. So it was just, like, a ton of, like, redneck accents and, like, making up names for people and then talking about that one dude, Dick Trickle, whatever his name is.
Suicide.
Oh my God. It turned into like, that was when the worm turned, as they say back home, where everything started to get a little bit nuts and kind of out of, everyone was losing their minds just a little bit.
See, I was fine because I was focused. I was NASCAR focused.
All right. And then what did we do after NASCAR? I can't remember. Was that Overwatch?
Overwatch, and then we did Poison.
Yeah, that was how we pushed through, because I was at the point where I was like, either I need to like do something. If I just sit here and look at my phone, I'm going to fall asleep. If I'm in this chair, I'm going to fall asleep. Like Tucker and Wheezy were passing out, and you're NASCARing it. So I was like, okay, what's a game that we can do that everyone can play, even if they've never played it before, like poor Tucker, but we can just do pass the controller on death or something. So we chose Overwatch, and we're like, Mystery Heroes. if you die, you pass the controller. You'll be playing a different person every time. It'll keep everyone on their toes. So we just did that, and that was really, I think, the game that kind of pushed us through.
Wheezy told me after the fact
lull.
that he wasn't really interested in Overwatch. He has it, or his kid has it, so he has it. But he wasn't really interested in Overwatch till he played that night.
Yeah,
because that was like his first time really playing.
It kind of forces you to kind of get used to it, and I think Tucker was the same way because Tucker doesn't really play console games, but like he was starting to get into it by the end because he's a big Blizzard fan. So I mean, he has an Overwatch shirt even though he's never played Overwatch, just because he's such a big Blizzard fan. So I think
he changed his shirt halfway through the night, which I thought was interesting. He's like, hey,
maybe he just like figured like that's what people do. We were just like, fuck that.
Like, fuck it. I'm just gonna say, do you have a video of me with like slouched on the couch at the end?
Yeah, you were fucking half cut at that point. So we did pass the controller on death for Overwatch, which helped get us through the final lump, and then the very, 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 very end, we were just trying to find anything. We did a little bit of Mulaka, but that was kind of
that wasn't very fun though.
Wasn't feeling it. And then we did Poi.
I also had to think about Mulaka, so that was I think why I didn't enjoy it at the time.
Yeah,
you had to think about what you're doing, but Poi was easy because Poi is. If you don't know, I played it multiple times. I think I've done a spotlight on it as well.
It was good. I like it.
It's like Mario 64 / Mario Sunshine. We could have passed it around on that too. I didn't even think about that, but
not a big deal. I think we were having fun, just kind of like making fun of you, playing it every time you fell off. We could, but it was Poi was good to see us through to the end. I think because it was engaging.
My favorite part of Poi was we were like, we got 2 minutes left. What can we do? And I was like, let's do this slide challenge or whatever it was, and we beat the record at the end. Because we figured out I could jump off the edge.
Yeah, cheated.
I'm surprised I had that coordination at that time.
But, so we broke a ghost record in the last couple of minutes of the stream, which literally we had to cheat to do it, but we did it. I say we. You. And then that kind of saw us through to the last minute there, and then we all got up.
And then I got up and I went over to the computer like, you're just gonna turn the shit off.
I legitimately thought you were just gonna walk up and just be like, nope, just press the stop button and be like,
done, guys.
End of stream, done.
Bye, guys.
But no, we had a nice little moment at the end where we all kind of came together.
I don't remember Jessie bringing donuts, by the way. Apparently she brought donuts.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
I do. Yeah.
What was
on film as well?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, because you were fucking laid down and I was going like, are you all right, Keegan? You're like, I'm fine.
I'm good. I'm awake.
Good. I'm like, you literally forgot that she brought a massive thing of donuts in. So that was the 24-hour stream in a nutshell. Basically, it was like started with a ton of VR, moved over to like quizzy games and stuff. Then we moved over to NASCAR, then to Overwatch, then to Poi, and then we were kind of done. I think all of us, that hit me harder than when I did it. Sick. Like as far as like affecting me and my motor skills and stuff.
I feel like I wasn't as bad.
Really?
Yeah. Like I passed, as soon as you guys left, I passed the fuck out.
I noticed.
But like I felt like so because you hit those waves or those moments that you got to push through, and I think the only one I really had was right near the end, where I was like, go to sleep.
I had to get up. 8 o'clock in the morning. It's on the video. I had to stand up, go outside, and let cold air hit my face. Because I think at that point most of us were like, oh my god, like there's still like 2 hours, 3 hours.
I do remember Jessie coming over and saying my apartment smelled like dude.
Yeah,
I remember that part. That's just standard.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell it smelled like dude, and I was one of the dudes that was in there. But
I don't think like I know like after NASCAR, during Overwatch, I think is kind of when I started feeling it because I'd concentrated so hard during NASCAR. Again, you guys were falling asleep during NASCAR, but I was so focused, like I almost pulled out fucking free fall again. But I was so focused that I stayed awake, and it was funny because like that's what got me through that push there, and then Overwatch happened. I was like, oh god. And then Brandon would throw a controller at me and it'd wake me back up. He's like, here you go. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was...
by the way, we only changed controllers once during that 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I remember.
I didn't even charge it during the stream at all.
Keep pressing that fucking button so your TV didn't turn off, though.
3 minutes.
It's like, what was the end of a race or something? Like
so we pushed the button.
Happened, So 550 is what we got on the night. Do you remember the full total? $8,740.50, I think was final tally.
roughly. I'm sure there's something I'm missing here or there.
Like we said at the beginning, because of the fact that our work paid double time for us to be there, and also the matching contribution, all the people from our work that went and then contributed their time as well, we ended up with the $550 that we made on the night turning into over $8,000.
Almost over $9,000.
Almost over $9,000.
You almost had it.
Almost $9,000. So pretty successful evening, all in all.
I was blown away because we hit our goal within 5.5. Because you said it, we know it's going to fall off in the morning. It always does. And the pressure to me, and when I made that goal, so if you don't watch our last live stream, the one you hosted, our goal was 500. We hit, I think, 360. I think was the final tally. And I made the goal 500 again because I'm like, you know what? You strive higher than what, in my opinion, what you think you're going to get. To me, my goal, I would have been like, what I wanted to hit was 400 because that's slightly higher than what we did before. Slow increments up. And the fact that we raised 250 before we even went live, that helps.
Definitely.
But like, we hit our goal in 5.5 hours. And not that there's pressure because it's charity. But like at the same time, you're just like, okay, I feel good that we hit our goal.
Yeah.
Feel good.
At that point, everything from there is a bonus. So you can just kind of chill. You don't have to push so hard to get people to donate. Like you can just kind of chill and have fun and just try to stay awake, which is kind of like the thing about that marathon stream and marathon streams in general is that obviously you're doing it for charity, but at the same time, your cohesion goes out the fucking door at a certain point. And there becomes a point where like, you know, we can't give away keys at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We could, but there's no one watching, or maybe a couple people.
Or it's the same people that have been there the whole damn time.
Right. So you get to a point where your delirium kicks in, and you just like at that point it's all about survival. It's all about like how do I keep my damn eyes open and not pass out on this couch right now. And I think. When that happens, money is the last thing you want to have to worry about, or getting donations and stuff like that. So we didn't even think about that stuff at that time. So glad that we managed to get all that out of the way early, so that we could actually just enjoy and try and like make it through the stream.
And I don't think I've told you this, but you're about to find out. Tentatively, I have another charity stream scheduled.
Oh, okay.
So April 27th and 28th. It will not be 24 hours. I'm shooting for 12. I'm gonna call it 12 plus. Because I have it scheduled for 12 hours, but I know because I have it from, I don't know if I'm going to go noon to midnight or 8 to 8 or whatever, but my thought was if I say 12 hours, that's the minimum I'm going to do, and then anything people stay beyond that is bonus. But I'm not going to do 24 hours, but assuming I get my days off from work, which I've put in, and there was no kickback saying, hey, you can't do this, they just got to approve it. April 27th. Is going to be the next 12-hour stream.
I won't be able to be there.
That's fine.
My dad's coming to town.
He can be part of it.
You don't want no part of it. You don't want him there. Yeah.
So that's the next one. I don't know what the goal is or anything like that. It just was one of those things where like when you get done with this, you're just like, just
why not?
Go ahead and try another one. So
12 hours would be way easier to hit. I think I could do 12 hours standing on my head, but like 24 hours.
And the other thing I think I'm going to do with this one is I loved having people over, but I don't think I'm going to make as big of a deal of this one. Make it more of like... certain people I'm going to let come over so I have more control over what's going on and be able to play with friends online, like that kind of thing. Because that's what you can't
I might play with you online.
When you have a group of people, you can't... In the room, it feels weird when you're playing with somebody online.
Because you have to play host as well as like doing the game.
So I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I'm sure somebody like... Well, David might work, but somebody might come over during the stream at some point, but it won't be like 20 people.
Right.
It'll be me majority of the time there by myself.
Cool.
Which is why I'm doing 12 hours to make sure I can survive.
So expect a lot of NASCAR.
No.
Is what you're saying.
Probably Overwatch.
Stay awake. All right, cool. So that's it. Yeah, that's our 24-hour stream summary for you. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes video, then go check it out on the channel. It's just called, I believe, 24-hour stream, The Insiders documentary. It's about 30 minutes long, but it's literally just me documenting the majority of the stream throughout the night and kind of talking to folks and you get to see how fucking disheveled Keegan is. So just go watch it. And of course, thank you to all all the developers, all the viewers, all the donators, all the people that came over.
Shout out to
donated
Brian for
time.
Pantera's Pizza.
Right, shout
That
out
was
to
good.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
shout
that.
out to all the people that
don't think you
gave
had
us
any.
food. We had donuts,
Cupcakes,
pizza,
chips,
cupcakes, and chips, and yeah,
drinks.
so huge thank you to everyone involved. It was really successful, probably the most successful, well, definitely the most successful stream we've ever done as far as charity streams go, and it was a really good cause and a good
Also,
time.
I don't know if you saw this, but shout out to anybody who hosted us that night, because I was looking through
I saw a couple folks.
I was
did,
like,
yeah.
well, I was looking through the analytics of hosts that were like where people came from, and there's one Biohazard. I think it's 1987. I think is his number. He hosted us for a few people earlier on in the evening, and that was wonderful. He said he was going to, and
That's cool.
I don't even know who the dude was. I met him in a gaming group. He's like, "Yeah, I'll host you. It sounds cool." So shout out to you. Thank you, Biohazard. I won't say your real name here, but yeah, that was kind of awesome because we had at one point we had 7 viewers come from him.
Awesome.
At our peak, we had like 20, I think 24, 25 viewers,
Nice.
something like that. So we
Thank
averaged
you.
8 throughout the
Also,
stream.
a lot of your family donated, but also one of our really good friends of the show, Mr. Tagrada Power, also donated a large sum of money. I won't say how much on the show and embarrass him, but it was a large sum of money. And we're really grateful to him, too, for that. It was super generous.
We have great support.
We do.
team.
We have an awesome team. That being said, that's
time to go
our
home and play
show,
Overwatch.
right? Yeah, time to go home, and you're going to play Brigette, and I'm
gonna have
going to
I'm gonna
try
have
not
feta
to fall
cheese.
asleep, and we're going to see how this all goes. So we love you guys. If you're new to the channel, stick around. The podcasts that we did on Wednesday and yesterday and today are standard fare. After that, we also have gameplay that we do and reviews that we do and special things like the vlogs and stuff that we do. Basically, we just really kind of we really splash it about a bit, but the podcasts are the nuts and bolts of the channel. So, and if you want to catch any of our streams, including any potential charity streams, you can head on over to twitch.tv/level2gamers. STL, that's the number 2.
And hit the
that is
follow.
2
We're trying to get
S's.
affiliated. We're real close to being affiliated, and I'm making a push to make that happen. So go hang out there. It'd be awesome.
Get affiliated. Get gang affiliated.
That means we can get bits.
Gang.
We can get bits and
I
subscribers.
don't know what that means.
They can donate virtual currency,
Oh,
which
cool.
is
What can
interesting.
we spend it on?
It turns into real money eventually.
Oh,
So
nice.
I donated some bits to somebody the other day
That's dope.
during their stream,
Cool.
and I subscribed to somebody the other day during their stream.
All right, you guys are the best. Thank you for sticking through us with us through this
Thanks for sticking
journey.
through us.
I'm so fucking tired, dude.
Yep.
All right, we love you guys.
Thank you so much for watching. Is what you're trying to say.
And as always,
Welcome to the second level.
bye bye.
No game, but they saying welcome to the second level.